I pulled a Kaiser Soze. Alright, how's the sound now? Now I feel it's really loud. I just blasted you guys now that you have it at full volume. Okay, how's that? Alright, I'm not gonna touch it, so... Alright, I'm done screwing with that. Not touching anything. So glad that's over. Oh, so everyone says it's good, and then someone says it's too low again. Oh, this is getting ridiculous. Alright, calling it a night. That's it. Live stream's over. It's complete mayhem. What are you looking forward to owning from CES this year? I don't know. Alright, I'm not touching it. So if somebody says it's low, then that's the way it is. No, I'm just joking. I'm not leaving. Okay, so this has got to be the good spot right here. Oh, all right, so we're almost 15 minutes in. We haven't even really started yet. That's excellent. And I think I lost my contest page. Oh, no, that's still up. So nobody's won the calendar yet. I'm not sure when I'm going to do that. But I'm certainly not going to do it right now and then have, what, 83 people just leave? So I'm not doing a calendar now. You're going to have to hang out with me. I'm bribing you and forcing you to hang out with me. Let me move the chat over here. Tank looks good in the background, by the way. Thanks, Jack. Charles Fish Tank says, Bob, should I domesticate discus or F2? Should I get domestic discus or F2 ultimate angelfish? I'm debating between the two, leaning towards discus. However, I know where I can get my hands on some Simon and Garfunkel ultims. That's up to you. I have no preference. I don't keep either. I don't know. If I had to pick between discus and angelfish, I'd probably choose angelfish. Flynn's Fish Forum wants to know, will Epistogramma cockatoides do fine at 78? Probably. Let's see. Should I get C&E Gaming? Should I get some fancy guppies from liveaquaria.com? I would probably get them from Aquabid before I got them from Live Aquaria. Joel says, is PST Aquarium Co-op time? Yep, it sure is. Corey probably got fed up and already left, but... And Glorious Beta says, don't want to derail the stream, but I'm having a big live stream on my channel tomorrow at 12 p.m. PST with one of the giants in the better world. That guy there, Jope, Joey Van Esch. One shout would be awesome. Thank you. Oh, well, there's your one shout. You'll probably get a few more. I wouldn't be surprised. Russell wants to know how long you're going to be on tomorrow, Inglorious. Corey is putting down carpet. Charles fish tanks at Bob. That said, if I get the ultims, I'd be completing the 3 species. Well, there you go. There's your decision. Dwayne says, wow, Bob, how many gallons is the tank behind you? Must be 18 foot tall. Yeah, 75-gallon tank. Aquatic Addict says, hello, Bob. And everyone, hello. And Gloria says, we'll probably talk for a long time. I would not be surprised if it goes 2+ hours. You're going to go so long, you're going to break into Corey's stream. You're going to bring down the whole echelon of the live stream. Colby says, just did a huge rescape today, and it took a whole colony of platies from one tank to another. Big job. That is a big job, and I got to do like 25 of them. And I don't think people understand the logistics behind something like that. It's definitely a pain in the butt. Bob, what is your favorite type of zebra danio? Are you asking what my favorite type of danio is? Or specifically zebra danio? I didn't know there was that many types of zebra danios. Dwayne says, Lucas is going to try and do a phone live stream as well. Is that tonight or tomorrow? Because the phone live stream is way better. It's hard because he's in the Netherlands. Time difference was difficult to figure out. Well, as long as you can figure out your computer woes. Rurutu, do you have mystery snail babies? Yes, I do. Quite a few of them. Matthew says, I got 2 freshwater pipefish 2 weeks ago and have them feeding on frozen mysis and brine. Started Gamera shrimp culture today. Any tips, advice? I think they are that scientific name. I've never kept pipefish. Everything you read says they're a pain in the butt, but you know that's obviously subjective on if you're willing to do the work or not. But I think they're awesome fish. I don't know if I would ever try them. Maybe if I had less tanks and I can devote more time to them, then I would probably try them. How long do the plants take to grow out like that? These crypts have probably been in there, I don't know, I'd have to look at my old YouTube videos, but it's got to be close to a year. Danny's Aquarium says, Inglorious Bettas, who is it? I live in the Netherlands too. Danny, you can scroll up, and she does give his name. I butchered it, so if I said his name right now, you'd have no idea who it is. Colby says, is that a Siamese algae eater in the tank? Yes, it is. Good eye. Big J Aquatics says, well, I got to go. He's going to go clean his tanks. Billy Kettner says, what's up, Bob? What's the biggest bristlenose pleco you've ever seen? Probably right around 6 inches. I've got a few monsters. I know Corey has, if you look at my last video, probably his biggest one. I got that on film. Samantha R says, hey all, just joining in. Flynn says, I haven't kept a shrimp in my 10-gallon guppy tank for over 3 months, maybe 4. Anyway, today one creepily crawled out of the plants. You probably have more than one. There's his name, Aqualife TV. There you go, Danny. This guy here. See if I can highlight it. Yeah, there you go. This guy here. Whoa. All right. Carlos asked, any tips on upgrading to a bigger tank? Plan on it taking a long time and get as much help as you can. I would recommend to not let your gravel dry out and not let like your filter media dry out. Rurutu says, shrimp are like roaches. If you see one, that means there are hundreds behind all the plants. Yep, I just found a bunch of one of my tanks that I've never put cherry shrimp in. Colby says, just got 6 Siamese algae eaters, I'm guessing, yesterday to clean up a little bit of BBA. I got from Easy Aquariums. Go check them out. Easy Aquariums, maybe. Abby says, hey Bob, I have a 10-gallon tank, but I want to have another pea puffer, a shell dweller, or a community tank for my betta. Do you know which one I should do? Shell dwellers, that might be a little small, especially if they start breeding. I think a community tank for your betta is probably what I would do. Your pea puffers, it would pretty much only be a pea puffer tank, so I would do the community tank for the betta. Joseph Jones says, are nearite snails fine in a guppy breeding tank? Yes, that would work out just fine. Flynn wants to know if his Epistogrammy cockatoides will hurt in neons. I've kept all my Epistos with various tetras with no problems. Fish Person V blog says, who is watching from Illinois? Corey says, my blue eye cutter eye just laid eggs. Now, what do I do to preserve the fry? Well, I use hang-on breeder boxes. So I would take the eggs out or put them like in a tumbler. I would just separate them and get them out of your tank. That's probably the first step. Burning says, Bob, I know it's the wrong time of year for you, but how do you cool your tanks down? I don't have to worry about that. Even two summers ago, I think we had the hottest summer, like 90 some consecutive days of like 80 plus degree, 90 plus degree weather, something crazy like that. But I'm in a split level in my fish room, so my fish room is like buried halfway into the ground, and then it only gets sun for like the first, I don't know, depending on the time of year. By 11 o'clock, the sun doesn't hit the room at all anymore, so it doesn't get warm at all. So yeah, I generally don't have to worry about that. Flint says, last question about epistogrammas. Well, 2 actually. Are they fin nippers, and how do you spell cockatoides? Well, you'll have to Google how to spell it, because I'm not going to try. And they'll probably nip fins if they're breeding, but otherwise, I would say that that's fairly rare behavior, at least from the ones that I've kept. I got rid of all my cockatoides except for the one male. All my orange flash that I got in, I don't know, 2-3 months ago. I got like 6 of them, but I got rid of them all except for the big male. Brian's opinions and comments says, do you need my address so you can mail me the calendar? Yeah, just go ahead and put it in chat. Bangkok Bruce says, how do I write something on full screen? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Burning says, my tank was at 90 degrees the other day. So there's water chillers, but they're really expensive here. A lot of people will just take fans and blow them down on the surface of the water, and that usually helps out quite a bit. And Glorious Betta says, what? It was that hot for that long? Yeah, it was miserable. Danny wants to know, who's sending me a video for my big shout out video? I already have one in. So speaking of videos, someone ran this idea across me. Well, not someone. Fish Tropic. I don't know. Some of you probably know who he is. Um, he recommended that for like my background video, that I have people send in videos of their tanks, and if they're on YouTube, you know, we can watermark their YouTube channel in and just put their tanks in the background. I thought that was a pretty neat idea. You guys should let me know what you think about that. Dwayne says strong surface flow will help with temperature too. Yeah. Flynn says, what are you holding? Again, I'm holding Zip Fizz. I always have these laying around no matter what room I'm in. And I just fidget with them. It was 96.8 degrees Fahrenheit yesterday with 60% humidity. That sounds disgusting. Joe's Aquarium Care wants to know what he should feed his puffers. Depending on the size, you can feed them like bloodworms, things like that. But what kind of puffers? How big are they? Milwaukee, Malawi Lake 40. How long you dealt with African cichlids, and which lake you prefer? A few years now. They weren't the first type of fish I got into. It took me a while to get into them, just simply because it was pretty overwhelming. But definitely my favorite lake is Lake Tanganyika. Cichlid Addicted says, I live in the high Mojave Desert. You want to talk hot? Bob, just yesterday I was trying to find out how to contact you about getting some stargrass since I cannot find it anywhere. Then you upload a video harvesting it. Must be fate. Fate. May I contact? So you can actually message. Oops. You can message me through YouTube. You can also go to my YouTube channel and go to the About tab on the top, and you like click this little thing that says you're not a robot, and it should give you my email address. Carter says, you must have terrible questions. Bob didn't answer any. Well, let's take a look. Carter. Oh, here's something. Canister filter recommendation for 55-gallon. You'll probably want someone in chat to help you out with that one because I generally don't use canister filters. I have 2 right now, but I'm only using 1. But I think a big portion of that question is what are you putting in your 55-gallon? Go back down here. What are your top 5 rainbows and your top 5 barbs? Some of my favorite rainbows are the Wamanensis, the Bosemani, the Parkinsoni, the Pseudomagilla furcata. I really like that one. I don't know. There's too many. I like the Kamaka. The Pygmea is really cool. As far as barbs, probably just the cherry barb. I think the barbs in this tank behind me, so there's obviously the cherry barbs. This one going across the stream is a drape fin barb. That one's pretty cool. Joe's Aquarium Care says, I have 20 dwarf pea puffers, but ran out of snails and got no worms. Well, I think you're going to have to get snails or worms. Oh, yes, roseline barb. I always forget about that as being a barb, but that's definitely my favorite barb, the roseline. Well, roseline, shark, denison barb, whichever. Jack's Jade, I don't know. Jack says, best place to buy sponge filters and what brand is best in your opinion? The best place to buy them is probably going to be gemco.com. They don't have a cart or anything, so you actually have to email them. It's kind of a pain in the butt since we're not in the 90s anymore, but they're probably the best place to buy them. And then you can go through and they just have a whole list of sponge filters. Fish Person V blog says, my cousin was asking how do fish sleep. They do sleep, as far as, you know, technically how they do it. I don't know that I know that. Bangkok Bruce says, plecos appear to be much cheaper here in Thailand. I don't know, or I don't understand why. Yeah, I remember seeing the prices you were saying, and they were certainly a lot cheaper. Maybe they're just not as popular there, and so the demand is not that high. Short and Anxious says, mascara barbs. Yeah, those are another cool one. Another cool barb. Veiltail cherry barb. Ah, see, that's one I could do without. Travis asked, do you attend any auctions? Maybe half a dozen a year. Maybe. We just had one last week, but I didn't go to it. I was gonna go to it, but I didn't. Nothing more to say about that. Fish in the corner. If you could only afford one medicine, which one would you recommend me to buy? Only buying $20 of fish and don't want to spend $1 billion. Probably General Cure. John says, how many shrimp is good to start up a 75-gallon fish tank? I would probably start with, if you have 75 gallons, I would get at least 20. Short Anxious says, Bob, you're breaking my heart. Well, I'm a heartbreaker, so get used to it. Ryan says, what kind of critters are those, Bob? Are they actually carpeting, or did you plant them like that? So you can go back to my first, I don't even know, probably last year sometime, and you can, or if you go on my channel, look at my playlist of this tank, you can kind of see the evolution. I did plant them across there, but they're definitely spreading and filling out a lot more now. When I put them in there, they were immersed, so they had to go through the whole transition to submerged growth. So it's been kind of a fun process to see that. Double Dose Aquatics says, hey Fat Bob, will tiger barb aggression towards each other or subside over time? I don't think it'll ever stop. Shawn Michaels Heartbreak Kid. Bangkok Bruce says, why do so many of you use sponge filters rather than out-of-tank hanging filters? Because sponge filters are efficient and easy to clean, and they're way cheaper. Ferb Master 08, the winner was not announced yet. It'll probably be in the second hour. V-Stag says, you won. Apparently he knows. Billy says, some sun canister filter is inexpensive and works well. Yeah, I know a lot of people that use that. Flynn's Fish Farm, what plants are behind you? I just answered that, so hopefully you heard me. Aquatic Addict says, Sashimi Whiskey, checked out your channel and sub today, good stuff. You're like me, multiple tank syndrome and no space. Yep, I think that's a lot of problem a lot of us a problem a lot of us have. He has 135 gallons worth of tanks in his bedroom. Charles Fish Tank says, Bob, when are you remodeling your fish room? As soon as it warms up. If I can get it to stay consistently above 50 degrees at night, then I'll probably start figuring it out. Because a lot of the fish are going to have to move out into the garage probably for a few days at a time. Rurutu says, I don't like canister filters. They are expensive and can leak if not sealed correctly. That's true. Sashimi Whiskey says, Bob, what do you feed your leopard frogs and your zebras? Mainly various types of rapashi. And then pellets, pellet food. When I'm being lazy, they get pellets. When I'm not being lazy, they get Repashy. Okay, let's see. What's the best type of fish for newbies? Dude, and he screen froze. My screen's not froze. What's the best? Anyways, where did that go? Best types of fish for newbies. A good beginner fish is probably the guppy because they breed and people get excited when their fish breed. They're easy. They can take a wide range of parameters. Charles Fish Tank says, "Are you not getting any new fish until it warms up?" Actually, I tried to get new fish last week, but due to the whole country being frozen over, I didn't get them. So, I don't know. I'm definitely going to keep getting fish, but I'm also trying to downsize just to make it easier. That's why I got rid of the Orange Flash Apistos. Basically, I ordered more Tropheus to go in my Tropheus tank that I already have, so that wouldn't have been that big of a deal. Thomas says, about how do fish sleep question, half of their brain shuts off and the other half of the brain makes sure it's okay and keeps the fish swimming. Huh, that's interesting. Jack asked, what kind of Repashy? I use Bottom Scratcher, Morning Wood, the algae one that I can never remember the name of, but someone always says it in chat. I mean, I don't know. I have like 5 or 6 different kinds, and I've never had them not eat Repashy, no matter what the flavor is. Tommy X says, how long did it take to start when you first start up your... What? How long did it take to start when you first start up your first aquarium ever? Sorry, Tommy, I'm not sure I understand what you're asking. How long did it take to How long did it take to start? Yeah, sorry, Tommy. I don't know if autocorrect is getting you or Soylent Green. That's just one of those things I'd never remember. Susan says, did you see my question about breeding peppered cory cats? Should I separate the offspring so they don't inbreed? You shouldn't have to worry about it. Brian's opinions and a comment says, Bob, nothing better than morning wood. That might be the best one. Mr. Fish says, I put some already cycled media in my new tank. Do I still need to cycle it? Probably not, but I would still measure your parameters just to make sure. Inglorious Beta says, I have a Repashy t-shirt and it says, got morning wood. I have to be careful not to wear it where I might run into my students. Oh boy. Now we're going to be talking about morning wood for 5 minutes. Big Fly Multimedia says, hi all, just stopping in to say hi. I showed off my new logo, and that was from Big Fly Multimedia. Everybody likes it, so thank you for that. And if you haven't seen it, here, I'll do it right now. Here is my new logo, right there. Oh. So that was from Big Fly Multimedia. I don't know if you wanted me to say that, but I did. Hopefully you don't have a lot of people pestering you now, but... So yeah, that's pretty neat. I like it a lot. Got the Seahawks colors in there. Now he's going to get bombarded with people wanting him to do stuff. Also, I believe he's live streaming tomorrow at 8:30 my time. I think 8:30 Pacific, or maybe 8:30 your time. Why don't you tell us when you're live streaming tomorrow so we can come watch you? And then for everyone who has questions about the logo, you can go on his channel tomorrow and ask him directly. Hopefully he's... I'll go look. Don't make me go look. I'll do it. I know you're live streaming tomorrow. I know it. Alright, let's see. Big Fly Multimedia. Upcoming live streams. January 15th, which is tomorrow, at 8:30 a.m. Pacific, my time. So I don't know what that is for your guys' times. But Big Fly Multimedia tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. I know I'll be there. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. I'm not sure what this guy's deal is, but we're just going to put him in timeout. What's your highest percentage of protein fed to your cichlids? It's right around that 30. I think some of my foods go up to 40. Sound is off for you. Sound off for anyone else? Still have sound? And Glorious Beta says okay. Inglorious Beta, no, that wasn't you. That was Brian. Says, Bob, have you ever tried squash for your plecos? No, I have not. Alright, it looks like it's just Ingloria that lost sound, so that's alright. Sing a short song to confirm. No, I'm not trying to lose subscribers. I'm trying to gain subscribers. Oh, I guess we should actually talk about that too, since I put that as the topic. Right? My 5,000 subscriber giveaway nonsense. Did I put that in there? Yeah, 5,000. So I'm going to do some kind of contest of 5,000 subscribers. A lot of you already know that. Still trying to get some details and get some prizes figured out. The main prize is going to be the 36-inch Phoenix Planet Plus 24/7. Bob, answer Colby's question. Bob, your opinion on shrimp in a platy tank. Probably not going to go over very well. Daniel Day says, scroll up to my question. Boy, did I just miss a ton of stuff or what? Oh, here we go. Big Fly Multimedia, 10:30 a.m. Central, so 8:30 my time. Got to run, have family coming over. My daughter's 18th birthday. Take care, y'all. Thank you, Big Fly. We'll definitely see you in the morning, and happy birthday to your daughter. 18, that's a big one. And I already forgot whose comment I was looking for. So bad at this. Looks like I came just in time. Scroll up to my question. Daniel Day. No. Oh, this guy kind of screwed up my chat. Oh. What are some good tank mates that will breed and the fry of both tank mates and multis not get eaten in a multi-tank? I think your best bet is probably going to be Cyprichromis, and you're going to want a tall tank. I don't think, like I kept multis and Cyprichromis in a 40-gallon breeder, and the multis would breed no problem, but the Cyprichromis were not breeding yet, so I wasn't too worried about it. When they started breeding, I would remove the female, but I feel like even in a 40-gallon, you're going to want something taller than that. 92% protein fish food. I don't think I'd want to feed my, if we're talking about cichlids, I don't think I want to feed them 92% protein. Sashimi Whiskey says, oh man, I love how comfortable Bob has become over the past few live streams. A lot of energy in chat too. Snowball effect in motion. Oh, that's good. I don't know, you seem like a natural on your videos. Big J Aquatics says, hope my Jaguar, that just sounds funny to me, Jaguar. Hope my Jaguar will breed with my flower horn. That's interesting. Mr. Tree Frog says, do you use CO2 in your tanks? I have one tank that I use CO2, and it's not even really necessary. It's more of a, I have it, so I might as well use it type of deal. Charles says, are your favorite species Cyprichromis or Tetradon? Cyprichromis, definitely. Brian says, my discus food isn't that high. 92% is very high. Yeah, I feel like you definitely have problems with cichlids. A lot of cichlids graze on algae, and so they're not really a high protein fish. Well, I should say African cichlids. I don't know if you said Africans or just cichlids in general. Joel says, the 36-inch Phoenix Light is exactly what I need right now. Would you be shipping to mysterious lands like New Zealand? No, I'm definitely not shipping that light to New Zealand. Sorry, that is definitely a US only. Josh Booth says, is Eco Complete the best shrimp substrate? There's kind of a big debate about that. A lot of people don't think it's good for shrimp at all, but I've used it with no problems. Um, a lot of people would rather use inert substrate, but I've never had a problem with keeping shrimp in Eco Complete. But if you go online and read forums and things like that, people will tell you that it's a terrible idea. Noel Bowl IR or LRL Consulting. Bob, if you don't use Nutrifin Cycle in your new tank and use aquarium media and still have an effect for the ammonia spike, where did it go? And have beneficial bacteria establish. Not sure if that was a question or a comment. Brian says, multis was a question for shell dwellers or African catfish. I don't know. Now you're making me question. I thought he said shell dwellers. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong, but now I don't know where the question is. Fish in the Corner says, best rapashi for guppies, guppies and plecos, and how many cherry shrimp, mystery snails. Oh, see, these long ones I just need to stop the chat. Also, how many cherry shrimp, mystery snails to start a colony with? And yes, I know you need 2. Also, what tank is behind you and how do crypts replicate? They send out runners. Green screen, question mark? Yes, green screen. So how many cherry shrimp and mystery snails do you start out with? That depends on the size of your tank. When I'm starting shrimp colonies, I like to get at least a dozen, if that helps you at all. Same with guppies, but you're asking what rapashi. Depends on the pleco. For instance, if it's bristlenose plecos, you want Soylent Green. If it's other plecos, you probably want like Bottom Scratcher or Morning Wood. So, need more information. Okay, let's see. We're almost into the second hour, which means it's almost time for the solid gold giveaway. Almost. And then everyone can leave. Joseph says, sorry, African cichlids, I feed 92% protein, and Buna's halves. Peacock's colors are vivid. I don't know if that really has a lot to do with the percent of protein. But hey, if it's working for you, I can't knock it, right? Bob, what do you film with? I use a Panasonic camcorder. Yep, Dwayne knows. He looked terrified sometimes. Are you talking about me? Joseph says, I fed them 3 times per week, only 92% protein. I need that calendar. I don't know what the date is. Well, it was actually Friday the 13th yesterday, so that was pretty cool. Do you ship to Canada? I will be shipping the poster anywhere feasible. So as long as it's not like $100 million to ship to Canada, I will ship it to Canada. Josh Booth says, any tips on making moss grow quicker? No. No. You gotta be patient with moss. I mean, you could do highlight CO2 ferts and it'll grow faster, but not fast enough to make it worth all the time and effort and money. Do I need to water change during cycle if there are no animals involved, just plants? I probably wouldn't. I don't think there'd be a point to it. Brian says, I would not feed my African cichlids that much protein. Yeah, I wouldn't either, but if it's working for them, then it's working. Big J Aquatics says, my phone works nice. How's it going, Bob? What's up, everyone? Tyler is here. Thanks for coming, Tyler. Tyler's got some DIY going down. Oh, that sounds interesting. Darren says, what do you think of a nano tank for beginner fish keepers? Nano tanks for beginners. It could be good if it was like a betta fish, and a nano tank would probably be pretty good for a beginner, as long as you know you're actually filtering it and not just putting it in a bowl. So, you know, don't get a betta fish and put it in something like this that you see everywhere and see everyone doing. But they're really durable, so you know, it kind of depends on what you're putting in the nano tank. Devin says, African cichlids can have a high protein diet, but need a balanced diet, like some seaweed as well. Yeah, usually when I feed a high protein, like if I feed them frozen food one day, then the next day I'll give them like a spirulina flake or something like that. Trademark Savage says, what's up, Bob? How's the low boy doing? It's doing good, but the more I look at it and the longer I have it, the less I like it. I'm just thinking, so it's 48 inches by 24 inches and 10 inches tall. I think if it was even just 2 inches taller, that tank would be amazing. But at 10 inches, you know, you get rid of one or 2 inches off the top of that for your substrate, and then you're left with like 8 inches. And I don't know. It just, in that same footprint, in my setup, I would rather have two 33-gallon long tanks. So I'm actually thinking about taking it down and replacing it with two 33-gallon longs. Rurutu says, betta should be in a 10-gallon tank with filtration. I agree with that. Zaptor says, I just won 900 on the Falcons. All you can eat algae wafers on me, Bob. All right, sounds good. That's a lot of algae wafers. Charles Fish Tank says, isn't it like haps need high protein while mbunas need high veggie? Not a Rift Lake specialist by any means. It even varies between the different lakes. Like, so there's mbunas that, you know, it'll vary in mbunas, it'll vary in haps. So basically, just research what you're getting. I mean, that's really the best advice. Barudu says, tips for shrimps, lots of hiding places like moss and bushy plants. Yep, and stargrass is amazing with shrimp. Big J Aquatic says, Bob, can I do a video on your channel about how cool you are and stuff like that? If you really want to. I don't know how cool I am, but yeah, if you want. Russell says, I did water changes on 2 of my tanks earlier, was about to throw out the water from my bucket when I noticed movement. I gravel back to one of my neons. Yeah, I've done that before. I've done that many times. Now, when I gravel back, I actually leave it. So I use the Python, so I have the piece that, you know, you screw onto your faucet. And then under that, I leave, I put a fish net under there because I've actually had like fry and shrimplets make it all the way through. And then I just makes it easy to scoop them out and put them back in the tank. Josh Booth wants to know if anyone is selling stargrass in the UK. So if you are, definitely get a hold of him because he's looking for some. Devin says, mbunas live in shallow waters with a ton of algae on rocks. Yeah, mbunas are definitely going to be more on the algae side. Travis says, in my opinion, for Africans, sticking to a good quality food is more important than keeping Mbuna peacocks in different diets. Yep. Always good quality food. Rurudu says, Lowboy takes up a lot of real estate in a fish room. Yeah, I thought it would be really cool because it's like right in the center of my fish room. And it is really cool, but I have to put the top on it, and I hate that. I mean, if I use a 33 gallon, I'll have to put a top on that too, but it's taller, so you'll be able to see more. Short and Anxious will be back in a minute. She's taking the dog out. Big J Aquatics thought I would ask first. You are a stand-up guy, and we love you, Bob. Well, yeah. Whatever you want to do, feel free. Tips for removing gravel from a tank with water in it. Joel wants to know. Well, I don't know if it's a good tip, but I use nets to do it. And it'll bend up your nets, but you can always bend them back. I always do. So I don't know if that's a good tip, but that's how I do it. I just run a net across the bottom and then scoop it out. Floyd Conrad says, what time does your tank lights turn off at night? So all my lights are kind of staggered, so they don't turn on all at once and trip my circuit. So they turn off at various times, starting at about 6 o'clock, and some stay on as late as 9 o'clock. Fish in the Corner says, how do you get stargrass and keep it? Where do I find guppy grass? Also, everyone is saying cholla wood. It's cholla as in soy, like the sauce. Yeah, people are going to pronounce, words however they want. Not really that big a deal. It's like the whole beta thing. I mean, who cares? We all know what everyone's talking about. But anyways, how do you get stargrass? You're just going to have to find someone that is local to you or will ship it to you. And same with guppy grass. I got both my stargrass and my guppy grass through my aquarium society. So maybe look to see if you have one of those in your area. That's usually a really good source for plants and fish. And stargrass, it's pretty undemanding, but I do keep it in high light. It does have CO2, but CO2 is not required. Glorious Beta says, oh yeah, everyone gets so hung up on beta or beta. Yeah, I mean, if you're that bad at communicating, if I say beta and you don't know what I'm talking about, I feel like that's your problem, not mine. But I did, because I used to say beta, now I say beta, just to make people happy. But it's beta. Joel says, oh, I like huskies too. Yeah, if you don't like huskies, then you must be related to Hitler. I don't know. Something bad. Chaz says, do you think you can breed multis and crystal reds in the same tank? Nope. Lauren Clark says, tomato. Yep, one of those things. We all know what everyone's talking about. Everything is, I mean, if you think about it, like all of these animals, all of these plants, they're getting named after a language that's dead. Like the language doesn't even exist anymore, but that's what we choose to name everything. So you can't get mad when people can't pronounce something. What's your top 3 favorite Mbuna? I don't know if they're even technically Mbunas anymore because everything's getting reclassified, it seems like. But the Celosi, the Aurora, and any of the Cinotilapia. Charles Fish Tanks, to me, Beta, Splendens, Symbolus, Rutilins, see? I'm sure I'm butchering all those too. But you know what I'm talking about. Hey Bob, what are your thoughts on underground filters? No thoughts. I'm not against them. I don't use them, but that doesn't mean I don't like them. Huskies are nice, but not as good as Belgians. My thing now is I want to get a Leonberger. I don't know if you guys know what kind of dog that is, but that's the kind of dog I'm looking for, a Leonberger. Are Bosemani rainbows hardy? I would say they're fairly hardy. You know, they're really fast moving and they tend to run into stuff a lot, but other than that, they're pretty hardy. All the Latin muscle names make me want to cry. I'm a Labrador guy. I mean, they're all good dogs. They're all good dogs. Really, I mean, if you like dogs, you like all dogs. Well, that's not true because I don't like a lot of ankle biters, but that's just me. It's Leon Burger. Leon Burger. Leon. It's Leon Burger. Gluteus maximus. I have a rough collie. She's so smart and loving and is amazing with my nephews. My favorite dog growing up was a pit bull Latinx. Travis says he'll never be without his blue tick coonhounds. Flynn likes all dogs except the small ones that nip. I don't like small yappy dogs with sharp teeth. They make good guard dogs. That's about it. Well, they're not even good guard dogs. They just bark at everything. But I guess that's kind of good. I find rainbows are the easiest fish to catch. Well, we're scrolling fast here. We're talking about dogs. People are going crazy. I find rainbows are the easiest fish to catch. They swim right into the net. Yeah, rainbows don't care about nothing. They just swim. They don't care what's in front of them. Charles Fish Tank says, I pronounce it Bose Mon Ni. A local fish store did not know how to pronounce it, even though they frequently sell the species. When I'm on Aquarium Co-op live chat, for some reason I can't type, like somebody blocked me, and I don't know why. I'm not sure. Maybe, I'm not sure if I have access to the block list, but I probably do. But it should tell you. I think it tells you if you're blocked and you try to type. I think it'll tell you if you're blocked or not. I think it says some kind of message. Yeah, give the cats some love, says Devin. What have cats ever done to me? Or done for me? I tell you what they've done to me, like pee all over my stuff and scratch everything. But what have they done for me? No, I'm just kidding. I love cats too. I would love to get a serval. I've said that before. Once I get a house out in the country and can build just a huge cage, I'll get a serval cat. How old is EJ Fishes 76 says, how old is your oldest pleco and how long can albino bristlenose see, guess. Chat scrolling. How old is your oldest pleco and how long can albino bristlenose live? Probably like 10 to 15 years. How old is my oldest? I don't think I have a way of knowing that because I bought adults and then started breeding them as adults. So I don't know how old they were when I got them, but I've had them for years now. I type, but I don't know if people see it. We definitely see it. Okay, let me catch back down. I want a friendly lizard. If you want a big friendly lizard, you should get a black throat monitor because they get like 6 feet long and they're like puppy dogs. My friend has a cat, does not like him, but he likes me. Yeah, cats are something else. They're still fun though. At Corey's stream, I'm pretty sure I've seen you chat on Corey's stream, Matthew. The thing you got to remember about Corey's stream is he has like 5 times the amount of people that I do, and it's really hard. Even at what we got like 100 people here, and sometimes the chat can get going crazy. So when I'm watching his and having to keep up with chat, like I can't even pay attention to what he's saying because I'm having to watch what everyone else is saying. I want one of those ones that you can chill out with and stroke and stuff. Not a 6-foot one though. Look up MacGyver's Tegu. He's a friendly lizard. You want an Argentine Tegu because they're only like 3 feet, maybe a little longer, 3-4 feet. But they're not as big as they sound, but they're pretty friendly. Don't get a Colombian Tegu, get an Argentine. Colombian ones are angry. And Glorious Beta says, mine has an Instagram. Bearded Dragon. Yeah, Bearded Dragon, Frilled Dragons. Duder says, Big Ben for MVP. That's not happening. Matthew says, are there any rainbows I can keep in a 20-gallon long? I have kept Pracox rainbows, common name dwarf neon rainbows. You can keep pygmy rainbows, pygmea rainbows. Most of the pseudo McGills, they're about 1 inch, and you can keep those in there. Crested geckos are pretty tame. Definitely ones that'll just sit and hang out. But you don't want to pet crested geckos because you'll rip their skin off. Big J Aquatics says, my wife has had a bearded dragon. It's the coolest thing ever. Flynn's Fish Forum says, would you give up all your fish for one type of dream pet? Yes. I'm going to be setting up, Oscar says, I'm going to be setting up a 75-gallon tank with assorted African cichlids. Should I use an FX4 with 2 Aquaclear 110s? Your 2 Aquaclear 110s would probably be plenty. But if you want to play with an FX4, I would set it up. Aaron Rodgers for MVP, not Big Ben. I don't know about that either. I mean, they were, what, 4 and 6? He had a lot of bad games. You're underestimating the Steelers, Bob. Nah, I just think they're too inconsistent. Didn't they almost lose to Cleveland? That's pretty bad. Of course, the Seahawks almost lost to the 49ers, but we know the Seahawks are bad. Aquatic Addict says, Bob, have you ever kept celeb rainbows? No, I have not. Short and Anxious is back. Did you guys miss me? Yep. We sure did. Matthew says, oh my god, Pseudo McGill rainbows are amazing. They are amazing. Matt Ryan, MVP. I think you got a good chance at it. He was probably the more consistent one. A lot of people are saying Tom Brady, but get over it. Bob lies. I never lie. Steelers did almost lose to Cleveland. Who did Cleveland beat? I know they won 1 game, but I don't remember who they even beat. Racing 1278 is here. Welcome back. Your lack of enthusiasm cursed the Seahawks. In my pool at work, I picked Atlanta. So I'm just being realistic. Like, their defense is really bad without Earl Thomas. Really bad. Travis Milligan says football yawn. Yeah, it's getting pretty boring now. San Diego. Jack says, do you play fantasy football? Nope. Bob, do you have any high-tech tanks? William wants to know. We're getting back to fish. I have 1 tank that can be considered high-tech because it's highlight and I use CO2. So if that's high-tech, I guess we could call it that. I don't feel like it's high-tech because none of the plants require like a high-tech setup. So KG Cichlid says, do crypts do well tied to wood using Easy Green? No. So crypts do need to be planted because they are root feeders primarily. Devin says, ever get bored with your tanks? Solution, get more tanks. I have 25 to 30 tanks. It's almost impossible to get bored of them. No prairie dog pets here. Got to go. Goodbye, all. See you later, Corey. Thanks for stopping by. at Shishimi Whiskey Lamp. Did I miss something? Are we talking about movies again? Short Anxious says, Devin, not bored, but frustrated. Willie the King Colon says, if I go to a pet store and want to buy any reptiles, I need an adult. That is what my pet store tells me. That's probably a pretty good policy. Like, you might be one of the best reptile keepers in the world, but the majority of kids probably are not. Could someone make millions if they made a medicine that cures MTS? I don't. Why do you need to cure MTS? Why would you want to cure that? Yeah, tell him you have developmental disease. Oh, I sure butchered that. Are you planning on selling multis when it warms up? I can't find any local and have a tank ready. Love your 50 low boy and would like to start a colony. I might get rid of all of them. I don't know. Burning says, just FYI, Bob, I'm growing Crypts, Flame Swords, Java Fern, and Val all in river sand. Awesome. Bangkok Bruce says, how is your dog? She's laying right here at my feet. She's doing well. Really well. Thank you. Brian says, okay, so I need to go run the dog, so I will send my address so you can mail me the calendar. Oh, I completely forgot about the calendar. Should we do the calendar now? How many people do we got? 121? I feel like that's probably the most we've had. Solid gold calendar time. Can you see my hand through it? Nope. It's not that magical. It's pretty neat though. I'm hoping to get more. What do you think? Calendar time? Yes, 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 yes. That's enough people. Let's go. Well, let me see how badly I can fail at this since I've already ruined multiple things today. So, I have it up here. Here. There we go. Running a contest on this video. Click the button below to pick a random commenter. So, are we ready? Pick a winner. Oh, V-Stag says do it at the end. Wait, wait, wait. V-Stag's the boss. He says do it at the end. I'm just kidding. Let's pick a winner. Let's do it. Who is it? It's thinking. Russell Beach. Hey, we got a regular. That's awesome. He's here too. Look, he's in chat. Huh? Come on, congratulate him. At least it went to a regular, right? Russell Beach. But you remember there were two parts to this. Two parts to this little contest. Oh. It's not going to load. Here, I'll subscribe to Russell. There, how's that? Well, we know Russell is a subscriber, so that's awesome. That makes me happy. Now I want to do more contests. But now I could probably do like 100 contests and we won't get a regular ever again. So Russell, if you know how to contact me through YouTube, send me a YouTube message. That would be best. If you don't know how to do it, I will try to message you, although I just looked at your channel and you don't have a contact me section. I'm afraid to ask what country you're in. Hopefully you're not in like Kazakhstan or something. So Russell, tell me what country you're in. Let's see what country you're in. As long as you're in like a top 100 country by GPD, I think I can get it mailed to you. Oh, the U.S., South Carolina, even better. Hey, it's only gonna cost me like $5 to ship this thing. I'm the real winner. So again, if you don't know how to send me a message, just go to the About section on my YouTube page, and you should be able to mail me through there. Let's hey Bob, how about some super red bristlenose for a giveaway? I might do fish when it warms up. It's alleged he won a solid gold calendar, and it doesn't really look that great because of the green screen. So all the green is kind of taken out. But see, can you see all the different pictures of the goldfish? So it's from Jennifer at Solid Gold Aquatics. It's her calendar. This is actually from Corey from Aquarium Co-op, though. I got this calendar from him. Who got it from her? I don't think it's going to show him very well, but just a lot of cool goldfish. See if I can get it back in here without ruining it. Now that it's not mine anymore, I got to be careful. Don't want to bend the corners. It's a signed copy. Not signed by me. I think it's signed. I think she said they're autographed. To be honest, I haven't looked through it though. But it says on the website they're autographed, so if they're not autographed, I'll autograph it for you. Because that's the same, right? So I'm not sure if the post office is open on Monday, but we'll get it figured out. I'll get it shipped out this week sometime. Short and Anxious says, I will in a minute. Bob is fidgeting around and not paying attention. That's certainly true. What did I miss? LOL, $5 check. Shark in a jar. 133. Oh, I wanted to see how many people were dropping out as soon as they rage quit that they didn't win the calendar. Tropical Happy Fish. Who won? Russell Beach. Russell Beach won. Yes, and have the dog signed too. Autograph it, Bob. I don't think I'm gonna sully this calendar with my autograph. Short and Anxious. I'm curious what you were talking about, though. Someone trying to talk to me. When's the Whiptail Cat giveaway again? Probably in 2 years when I actually get them to spawn. I might be able to give some away. Stay till the end. Bob is giving away his new Whiptail Cats. Oh. Oh, well, all right then. Yeah, I think she's sponsoring it though, so as soon as she sends me the check, I'll give them away. You should autograph a post-it and stick it on the calendar. No Bob autographs. I'm under contract with my sponsors that I can't sign autographs. I could only sign Upper Deck brand playing cards. Tommy X says, see you everyone, have to watch a baby throwing up now, and Fever 2. Yeah, see? Everyone's leaving now. I see how it is. The autograph is going to be worth billions. Please refrain from asking for autographs. Matthew says, my local fish store does not sell Pseudomugil rainbows, so where can I get some? And can I keep threadfin rainbow in a 20-gallon long? You probably can, Matthew. If you're in the U.S., I would look at The Wet Spot Tropical Fish in Portland, Oregon. Portland, Oregon. They do a lot of shipping and are pretty good. Everyone's rage quitting. Tyler says we need a shirtless Bob calendar next month. No, again, I'm not trying to lose subscribers, so no singing, nothing like that. Fish in a Corner says we gained 14 people. Yeah, why is it going up so fast right now? Excuse me. Whew. I want a calendar with Jenny's pictures. Okay. Devin says he's not leaving until the fat lady sings. Might be able to make that happen. Kinkajou. I came in just as everyone is bailing. Well, yeah, it's actually still going up. We're on a roll right now. Big J Aquatics says if I get 500 subscribers, I'll give away that short, but I'm not going to promise that I know one person. I feel like I missed something again. We need a Bob's Dog calendar. The Wet Spot overcharges. It varies. Maybe, I don't know. Their prices seem pretty in line with everything in my area. Darren says, Bob, what do you do for a living? I am in IT. Zapper says, I already trademarked the YouTube Fish Hunks calendars. That's probably why I have no idea about it, because I'm not in it. Tropical Happy Fish says, wait, are you single, Bob? I don't think anyone ever asked if you have kids. I am single and I don't have any kids. That's why I can waste so much money on fish. Short and Anxious says, Bob, I don't have whiptail cats, but you know who does? Bob, you do. Some pretty ones. Yeah, but you got to sponsor the giveaway, so you got to pay for them in order for me to give them away. Since you said I was going to give them away. That's how it works. Thoughts on a dirt tank in hard water? I think it would be a fun experiment. I'm going to get ready to do a dirted tank here pretty soon. And I've actually thought about doing a dirted tank in the 240 gallon. So we'll see. Simply because it would be really cheap. It would be a really cheap substrate. CanadianAquatics.com, Shrimp Fever, and the Plant Guy. I think I missed something there. Wait, do we have a Russell? Wait, stop the press. Do we have a Russell B and a Russell Beach? Interesting. $8 bag of dirt can do an entire 240 gallon tank. Trademark Savage says, later everybody, working a few short hours. Thanks for the great stream, Bob. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Where can I get some cheap red crystal shrimp? I would prefer $1 to $5 each. You can get them from Lucas at LR Brett's. I think he sells cherries for like $1.50. Probably throwing them under the bus because they might be like $100, but I remember him having cherry shrimp for pretty cheap. Charles Fish Tank says, would one bag of Eco Complete be enough for at least 1 inch of substrate in a 29 gallon tank? I don't think so. I did 2 bags and a 40 gallon breeder and it barely even covered it. It was like a ½ inch. I was really disappointed. But I like deep substrate. So I could just be not remembering it right. I just remember it being not very much. How is it that I can lose YouTube Monopoly money betting on Brett's water changes last week? Now I have to breed and sell whiptail cats too? This is the worst live stream. You're going to be YouTube famous. If you didn't know, Short Anxious has started actually making videos. So she'll be a YouTube millionaire in no time. Danny's Aquarium says, I will watch the replay. Fish Persons V Blogs ask, would shrimp eat planaria? And according to Flip Aquatics, who was on KG Tropical's live stream, someone asked him that, and he said no. So he is a fish or a shrimp expert, so I gotta take his word for it. Detroit Rule says, Bob, how are you? I'm doing great, thanks. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Russell Beach says, oh, all right, so we do have a Russell Beach and a Russell B. Short, you don't have a good record. No, don't buy any lottery tickets, Short. Kinkaju says, Bob, do you have any experience with brackish tanks? I do not. I'm considering turning my extra 10-gallon into one. If you do, any fish you might recommend for it? Honestly, anytime I've looked into it, it just seems like more trouble than what it's worth. So I've never done it. The biggest steen in the world. Oh boy, we're not gonna start that, are we? Have Spatulora caria catfish been bred in captivity, or are they solely wild caught? I couldn't find any information on if that type of whiptail cat, the Spatulora caria, has been bred. However, other types of whiptail cats have been bred. So, bumblebee goby would be a good brackish water, kind of fun little fish in a 10-gallon. Thanks, Burning, for bringing that up. But back to you. No, I couldn't find anywhere that said that they have been bred. So I'll be a world first Spatulora caria breeder. Probably not, but. Thomas says, hey Bob, morning wood. Yeah, Rapashi morning wood. That's what we're talking about here, people. It depends on how big your Oscars are. I've kept anything. I've kept a lot of stuff with Oscars. Apparently somebody asked an Oscar question. Sweet, thanks. Sorry the Seahawks lost. I expected it. I actually bet against them, so yes. I have a brackish water tank with mollies in it. Yeah, that can be done. Also guppies, I believe, can be done. Okay, anything fish aquaria, okay, fish person, you should do it if you feel you can keep up with it. If you ask someone else, I don't know if you will drive, blah, blah, blah. What did he ask? What did I miss? Fish person says, would you recommend me doing live streams? I have a lot of fun with it. I would recommend anyone do it, really. I don't know. You notice I didn't do a lot of live streams this week, simply because I needed to spend some time in the fish room. I went kind of live stream crazy because it is a lot of fun. But my fish room definitely suffered for it, so I'm trying to scale back a little bit, but I don't know how well that's going to work. Have you done live stream collaboration? Have you done live stream collaboration? I've been on Aquarium Co-op's live stream, but as far as like collabs on mine, not yet. It is something I'm looking into. Fish in the corner says, how do you order from LR Brett's? You go to his website, which is LR Brett's Aquatics, I think. I'm gonna sound LR Brett's LRBAquatics.com. I knew it wasn't LR Brett's. I knew that didn't sound right. Go to his website. Yep, go to his website. It's lrbaquatics.com. Short and Anxious says, I'm being quiet before I get into any more trouble. ... Bob. I didn't know you were in trouble. David says, if I live stream, who will watch it? So I think the problem a lot of people are going to have is when they first start live streaming, it doesn't really send out notifications very well, so a lot of people may not know you're doing it, and you're just going to end up with a couple people, and so you really got to do it at the same time every week so people actually know when you're doing it. You just can't do it all willy-nilly. Once you get a following, then you can just turn on whenever you want and people will show up. Okay, I think I did that. I think I've done that a couple times and ended up getting, I don't know, like 60 people. So, still pretty fun. You just got to be consistent. How can you, Tropical Happy Fish says, how can you reach more audience while doing live streams. So live stream is a great way, it's probably the best way to reach a wider audience, and I don't know why that is. But I know like my subscribers always spike during the live stream, and I don't know, and obviously so it's reaching out to a broader audience. Like YouTube is promoting it somehow out in the inner tubes. It's being promoted, and new people come in all the time during my live stream. So I don't really know the specifics, but I would say just keep live streaming and do it regularly and consistently. Charles Fish Tank says, I like your small live streams. It's very chill. Yeah, I like it too, and I hope, I mean, I got a good number of moderators, so I think even if it grows and we get to like a few hundred people, um, I think we'll have all have like worked well or long enough with each other that we'll know what's kosher and what's not, and I think we'll be able to grow kind of cohesively and still do well and still keep it feeling smaller, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Bob, will different types of plecos crossbreed? They can. Burning Freya, don't start that rumor. Uh-oh, what happened? Short and anxious, he's reading everything out loud again. Don't. Yeah, I haven't read any Facebook messages or text messages out loud yet. So feel free to pass those messages. Fish person V blogs. Yes, that's why I left chat. Oh, why are people leaving? I feel live streams let us as the viewers get to know you better. That could be. That makes sense. Still trying to figure out what this rumor is. I don't see. Oh, here we are. When is the Bob and Short and Anxious live stream? Whenever we start the GoFundMe to get Short and Anxious a real computer. So when is Bob and Short and Anxious? Yep. Do you know Calvin Johnson, Megatron? I know of him. King says, I know I certainly enjoy watching the live stream. You guys do since I've discovered them. Yeah, I don't actually like sit down and watch a lot of live streams, but I'm always generally listening while I'm in my fish room. Flynn's Fish Forum says, should I spread my wings and establish my channel on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram? What are the benefits? I think it'll allow you to reach more people, but I'm probably not the best one to ask because I am terrible at social media. I don't like it at all. So I'm sure if I spent more time on social media, that would probably be a good thing, but I don't like it. I got better things to do than sit on Facebook and Instagram. I'd rather be in my fish tanks. Lucas says, back to work. Stream is still on in the background. Not much time left. Yep. No overflow any tanks. He saw that happen to me. Fish Person Vblog says, can I be a mod? When I feel I need mods, I will reach out to people. The reason I said I left chat was because I flooded a tank. Yeah. Rurudu says, social media is for hot girls showing off bikini shots or from guys pretending to be hot girls showing off bikini shots. Racing 1278 is going to do an update soon. Hopefully that's an update on his channel, on his fish. LR Bretts, can I put Bob in timeout on your live stream next? No, you can't because I'm a moderator now. He is now making me breed and give away whiptails. I'm already in doubt after losing the bet last week. I still feel you're gonna be coming out ahead there, Short and Anxious. Don't forget what I'm sending you now. Don't forget. So Bob is live streaming shirtless and singing next week. That's never. Short and Anxious, I think you have the power. Nope, I'm a moderator. You can't touch me. Bob is making you breed. Okay, that's pretty funny. Short and anxious. Zapper says, Bob is making you breed does not sound good. That's pretty funny. The Fish Guy 3. Sup, Big Steen? What's up to you? Thanks for stopping by. We need to invent an automatic shutoff valve for Python for Lucas. They do have them. You can get it so that once it reaches, if you look at Aquarium Clock's channel, he has, I think it was like a quick tip Tuesday video or something that once the water level gets high enough, it'll automatically shut off. Caleb RC Crawler says, Bob, can I mod from an iPad? I'm going to mod for someone else, but I wanted to know. Yeah, as long as you have chat, you should be able to mod. Bob, you are very energetic today. Coffee? No, I've just been sleeping a lot better. I've actually been getting sleep lately, so I haven't been doing 2 to 3 hour live streams and then spending 2 to 3 hours in the fish room and then getting up early to go to work. So that's why you haven't seen me on the live streams this week. Fish Person says, instead of calling you Big Steen, I'm going to call you Baba Rooney. A lot of people call me that, which is kind of funny. I mod on my phone often. Devin says, how do I become a mod? Basically, the people that are my mods are people that I've known for a while, people that I've met in real life, people that are cool, like Short and Anxious, people that have just helped me out, helped me with my channel, things like that. Short and Anxious says, I haven't forgot Bob, by the way. It should be next week. The biggest Steen in the multiverse. I'm getting bigger. Are you energetic because you won money betting against the Seahawks? Well, I didn't win. I haven't won yet. So it's kind of a pool for all 4 games this weekend. But it started out right. Flynn's Fish Forum says, Bob, we still need to meet in real life. Yeah. Next time you come down to Aquarium Co-op. Oh, and I've also had, speaking of energy, I had like 3 of these Zip Fizzes, which is 42,000% of your daily vitamin B. So that's probably it. Hey, what is your Facebook name? It's my real name. Bob, what strains of guppies do you have? I only have the full red delta guppies. Red Russian delta guppies, something like that. Those are the only ones I have. Just one strain. Tropical Happy Fish, Bob, do you watch soccer? I do. Sometimes. Not consistently. Hey Bob, say Yurda sells Avon? I'm not sure what that is. Short and Anxious says, wow, that's a lot of oh. I don't know why that looks so weird to me. That's a lot of vitamin B, Bob. Yes, it is. Full red Russian Delta. Thank you, Susan. What's your favorite food? Human food. Probably steak. I do watch the World Cup. Yes. How often do you sell guppies to the local fish store? I try to do it not at least. I try to do it once a week. But if I'm busy, then it'll be like bi-weekly. Are they red Russian deltas or wait. Susan says, are the red Russian deltas have black eyes or red? I'm gonna say black because they're not albino, so they don't have the red eyes. If that's what you're asking, pretty sure they're black eyes. Bob, when was the last time you bought fish at Petco? Tropical Happy Fish. That would have been probably a year and a half ago. I bought some. What is it, like the the Bangai cardinal fish or something like that. Bangai, is that right? It's a saltwater fish that has like the spikes and it is black and white. Bangai, I feel like that's it. I like barbecue ribs better than steak. I'm still going with steak. Basically anything on a barbecue. Like I could put cereal on a barbecue and then it would be like the best thing ever. What do you use to edit your video, Bob? Sashimi Whiskey, I use Filmora Wondershare. I was actually kind of curious what you use to edit, so you should tell me. Because your videos look phenomenally better than mine. 17 to 13 Patriots a half. That's good to know. Yes, Rudu Bangai Cardinal Fish. That was the last fish I bought at Petco. Again, that fish guy, I think, wants me to say something, but I'm not sure what that is, so I'm not going to say it. Sony Vegas Pro 13.0. I was looking at the Sony software, but I was only like gauging it on the Amazon reviews, and it didn't really seem like it was getting reviewed that well. So it looks good though after knowing that that's what you use. LOL barbecued cereal, yeah, anything on a barbecue, man. Even bread on a barbecue just tastes so much better. Tropical Happy Fish says he uses Filmora and Windows Movie Maker. I still use Windows Movie Maker every once in a while too. I use Final Cut Pro if I had a Mac. Yeah, if I had a Mac, that's probably the way to go. You try any berries or fruits yet? I'm not sure what that means. I do eat fruit every once in a while. Deep fried PB&J. What's your favorite fish to eat? It's not a fish, but shrimp. Seafood, shrimp, lobster. Susan says, yes, Bob, black eye, otherwise they would have albino in their name. Yeah, that's what I thought, but I felt like that was really, like, obvious, so I didn't want to, I thought maybe I was missing something. That was kind of a dumb moment for me. Movie Maker is easy to clip through the videos. I only use Movie Maker for speeding up the videos because Filmora only goes to times 10 and Movie Maker goes to like times a billion. So Calum's Fish Tank says, what's the hype with dwarf chain loaches? I wasn't aware that there was any hype, but they are awesome. Burning Fyra says, I gotta go, see you later. Thanks for stopping by again. Well, after the calendar spike, and now we're kind of back to normal, so oh, that's good. We didn't lose anyone. We only got 15 minutes left, and then probably about a half hour to wait for Lucas. Short and Anxious says, Paku will eat gravy train dog food. Wow. Connor, hey Bob, what is your favorite fish you have bred? My Parasiprochromis. Russell Beach says, I've got something in my tank. I thought planaria, very small, moves on the glass, like inch worm. Are you saying it's an inch long worm or inch worm? Is it white? Is it red? Is it actually stuck to the glass and like reaching out? Have you ever... KG Cichlids wants to know if you've ever crop dusted the aisles of a fish store. I have. I'd probably be lying if I said I haven't. David says, Bob, what can I keep German blue rams with? Anything that likes the hotter temperature, like cardinal tetras. They're pretty popular. Discus, if you have a big enough tank for them. But definitely cardinal tetras. Joel says, what do you use to open an African's mouth for stripping? I actually don't strip my fish. So yeah, sorry, I can't answer that question for you. If it's a fish that I want to breed and I want them to actually If I want to actually keep the fry, then I'll just take the female out and put her in her own tank and let her just spit naturally. Tropical Happy Fish says, Bob, how do you get your videos to upload in high resolution? Isn't that automatic? I just edit them in 1080 and then upload them. Rick says maybe detritus worms. Yeah, hopefully they're detritus worms because those are really good. Fish love them though, so if they were detritus worms, your fish should be eating them. Tropical Happy Fish, I'm not sure. It's not like a setting I use. I just upload them. Maybe because I edit them in 1080p? I don't know. Oh, white flat and moves like an inchworm. Man, I was just researching like different types of worms, and I don't remember. If I were you, I would Google planaria worms, and that'll come up with, well, it's definitely going to show you what planaria worms look like, but that's not them. But you'll also find like pictures of every type of fish, or you can Google, just Google worms in my aquarium, and they'll come up with a tons of different pictures, and you'll be able to find which one looks most like yours. Detroit Rule says, Bob, what is your most popular video? It's my fish room tour video. I think it's at 40,000 views now. Charles Fish Tank says, I love to invest in a quality DSLR and video editing program, but when I weigh buying fish against buying equipment, fish wins out. The thing I don't like about DSLRs is I don't want to carry around like a backpack of equipment. So I like point and shoot, even though they're not as good. I feel like they're not as good, but it beats just carrying around 1,000 different accessories. Bob, what are you going to do with the 240? That's where David wants to know what I'm going to do with my 240-gallon tank. That's where my Mabu puffer will go until I can find something bigger. Zapter says, have you ever grown lucky bamboo out of a tank? Do you think it would make a difference on nitrates in an overstocked African cichlid tank? Well, it would definitely make a difference. How big of a difference? That I don't know. I don't feel like it grows very fast, so I don't know that it would remove nitrates fast. You're probably better off using like pothos or spider plant. Would you do a 125 or 120-gallon tank for a Fahaka puffer or a 120-gallon tank? I would probably do a 125. Cole says we're gonna have one in 125-gallon. Yep, Cole Schramm definitely is the king of big fish tanks. Detroit Rules says, Bob, do you like Detroit? I've never been there, but I haven't heard a lot of good things about it, unfortunately. Flynn's Fish Forum says, are you scared or have you ever been threatened by hackers? How are you protected? I don't really care. I'm not scared. I've never been threatened. And I don't even know what they would do. Like, get my credit card information. I've had that stolen already. And you just get your money back right away anyway, so it's not a big deal. Willie the King Colon says, bye everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Connor says, did you ever imagine your channel being as successful as it is now? Great videos, by the way. No, I don't think so. I didn't expect to be at 5,000 subscribers this fast. Tropical Happy Fish, and yet the most viewed video I ever had got only 19,000 views. Yeah, 40,000 views is not very much either. I feel like out of 120 videos, granted most of them are garbage, but I thought I would have one hit at least 50,000 by now. The next stream is going to be Monday, probably 7 p.m. Pacific. Tropical Happy Fish says, well, you can lose your identity to hackers. I don't care about that. If that's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Like, whatever. What do you... Zapper says, what do you use to protect the roots? The roots on what? Are you talking about like pothos? Or is that what you're talking about? Sorry, I got kind of sidetracked. KG says, I'm in love with your green screen tank. Yeah, I definitely, this is probably one of my favorite. Travis says, I have most of mine in an over-the-tank planter, but also use craft mesh to make, oh, so my pothos and my spider plants are actually in hang-on back filters, so the fish can't get to them. So that's how I protect them. Now I remember. Sorry about that. Tropical Happy Fish says, you will in time, Bob. Don't forget all the babies still out there whom one day will view your old videos. One day, it still gets like 500 views a 500 views a month, so it's just a matter of time. Rudy says, fish won't eat pothos roots. I have it growing from my goldfish tank and they leave it alone. Yeah, I'd be curious if African cichlids would leave it alone since they're always picking at everything, even if they're not eating it. Big J Aquatics says, I got only one sponsor but hope for more. And Cobalt sent me stuff. Video is uploading now. Well, you're doing better than I am because I have 0 sponsors. Calum's Fish Tank says, is there something that makes dwarf chain loaches so awesome? Well, one, they're loaches, so loaches are pretty awesome. And 2, they school really well. So if you get like 20 of them, it's pretty awesome to see. Short Nature says, you don't have bad videos, Bob. I watch all of them. And you have, stop scrolling. And you have a better camera. Oh, and you have better camera work than I have. I think you just have to update your sick African cichlid video. See, I don't remember what that one is. It must be so bad that it's not even on my radar. I thought I did. So I did do a video about my sick African cichlids. And then I did a video like 3 weeks later. So the sick African cichlid video has like 4 times the amount of views as the video that shows them doing better. So clearly people only care about my sick fish and not my happy, healthy fish. KG Cichlid says you can put a breeder box in the back corner to protect the pothos roots. That would work. That would actually work really well. Flynn, your channel can be compromised even from the inside. My eBay seller account was hacked. eBay made a report. It was frustrating. They ended up telling me it was an inside job. Sounds like a conspiracy, man. Someone's out to get you. Somebody who's close to you. David says, can I put bamboo plant with my pacu? I feel like they're cheap enough you could try it, but I don't think it would work. Will General Cure raise my nitrate level? I've never noticed it raising mine, so I'm going to say no. Joel says I'm deleting the messages. Not sure what messages. It's something Scottish people say. It basically means that... Aw. I was wanting to know what that meant. Got banned or got deleted right when I was reading it. Now I'm never going to know what that means. Except when I rewind the video later. Before the plants, I was doing 50%, I'm going to assume, water changes every other day. With the plants, I do just one big 60 to 70% water change a week. A lot of people have that philosophy. It's good that your plants are taking out that much. So if you're doing it because that's all it requires, that's awesome. You may have done an update. Yes, Short and Anxious, I have done an update. It was actually like 2 or 3 weeks later. Happy fish are the best. Yeah, I agree. Clearly people just wanted to see my sick fish. Tropical Happy Fish says, I told them I pissed off a representative and they file a report and have yet to hear back. And Bob, people sometimes get jealous of others' success. Well, maybe when and if I'm successful, I'll worry about it. But even then, I feel like Google is pretty good about that stuff. Joel says, I'm an undercover mod. I've just got to see through Spanner. Spammer? Spanner? Tropical Happy Fish says, Sup, David? Been following your stuff. David says, Cole, I subbed. Oh, I can actually view deleted message. Huh. His message was interesting. Oh, that's funny. It shows up on the chat when I undelete it. Ooh. Okay. I can find out what that means. Basically means that your dad sells women's perfume. Okay. All right. Short and anxious. Now, Bob, why do you have to make me out to be a bad person only watching sick fish videos? Hey, you just missed it. Honest mistake, right? Google always steals and hacks people under 5K subs. What? Google? Why would Google do that? They're like trillionaires. Why do they care about my 4,000 sub channel? I'm not worried. I just want to be prepped like an earthquake. We have an earthquake. We're all screwed. Spanner means wrench. Oh, okay. KG Cichless says, Bob, are you into 3D backgrounds or is it a waste of swimming space? I feel like it would be fun to make, but it also does take up a lot of space. And as much time and effort as it takes to make one, it will take me about 5 minutes to spray one black. And I definitely don't feel they're worth the price of buying one. Yeah, now I'm just going to get hacked just because, like, Google's going to do it out of spite. All right, we got 2 minutes. Probably longer, but we're kind of in the wait for Lucas mode now. He's probably still listening. Technically, he said he's starting at 7:07. Short and Anxious is taking bets over and under on if he's going to be on time. She lost a few million last week, so we'll see how much she loses this week. Short and Anxious says, I'm glad there are other mods here. I haven't timed out anyone or deleted even one message. Time to go overzealous or look for timeout volunteers. Golden Raid says, hi, dude. Hi to you. Cool, man. Get some for free. Hey, Fish Tropic. So this is who I was talking about earlier for anyone who's been here with me from the start. Fish Tropic is the one that suggests that I use other people's tanks for my background. I thought that was an excellent idea, so if people want to send me their fish tanks, and if you have a YouTube channel, I will play it in my background and promote your channel. The only thing is, it's going to have to be in 1080p for it to look good with the blue screen, with the green screen. So if you want to shoot a 1080 video and you have a YouTube channel and you want to send it to me and it looks good, I will, well, if it's in 1080p, it should look good, right? So if it's in 1080p, you have a YouTube channel, I'll use it as my background. I'll do like a watermark for your YouTube channel and it'll play for the whole 2 hours. And you can thank Fish Tropic for that. That was his idea. I'm betting it's 5 minutes. I bet 5 million. What kind of spray paint do you use? Big J wants to know. I use somebody say what I use. Gosh, I failed on this question last time too. It's the spray on rubber stuff. Come on, someone help me out. Somebody knows what it is. I don't know why I'm blanking. Someone will say. KG says, how long does a video have to be? Oh, that's a good point. This video right here is like 7 minutes long, but I've used videos as short as 2 minutes and people haven't noticed. So there. Cole Schramm says Plasti Dip. Yes, I don't know why. That happens to me every time. I have like 100 gallons of Plasti Dip in my garage, and yet I can never remember the name of it. Terrible with names. Plasti Dip. That's what, so this tank right here in the background, that's Plasti Dip. If you can do, I would say like a 5-minute video in 1080p, even 720 would probably look decent enough. I would definitely play it in my background. Charles Fish Tank says, where should we send the video clips to? That's a good point. I'm going to have to set something up. So after this video uploads, I'll put an email address in the description. And you can just email it to that. I don't know which one I want to use yet, so I got to actually think about that. I probably should have thought about that before. Susan says, my videos are only 720. I think 720 will still look good. I'm willing to give it a shot. And send it where? Yeah. So once this uploads, when I cut off the stream, it'll take about an hour to actually upload. I'll figure out what email I want to use, and then I'll put it in the description. Susan says, okay, yep. Detroit Rule says, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. What is it? It's 7. I already know it. And you can't lie now. I already know it's 7. Plasti Dip is great for making RC cars more waterproof. Yep. Zapter says, short and anxious, you can time me out if you want. Big J Aquatics says, good night, Bob. Or good night, guys. Sorry. Yeah, Big J, thanks for stopping by. I say Plasti Dip is great for everything. All right, Lucas has 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Josh says, I live in the Seattle area. Where could I go to collect driftwood? Josh, I go up on Mountain Loop Highway. So you got to go past. Boy, I'm just losing it today. I don't know. Just look up Mountain Loop Highway, and there's like 1,000 hikes. There's like 1,000 lakes, and I go grab it out of the lakes and rivers. Matthew DLR says, Bob, 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 Bob. What is your favorite fish? Cyprichromis or rainbow fish? Can the clip be a little shorter, say 2 minutes? Yeah, I mean, I've used one that was 2 minutes, and to me it was obvious, but people kept asking if it was live or not, so. Fish Tropic says, hey Bob, what type of wood do you have in your tanks? Usually like Malaysian driftwood or wood that I just grab out of rivers around my area. Oliver says, how's your puffer? What's the plans for when he gets huge? Well, right now he's going to be going in my 240 gallon, but I want to try to find a tank that's more square and, you know, not a long tank. So a 240 gallon should be pretty good for a while. Geez, I have to do a huge LFS trip tomorrow. Does anyone have the same plans? Not me. Penny says, good night, all you fish heads. Good night to you, Penny. Thanks for stopping by again. Really appreciate it. Megan says, I wish, Flynn, I'm at the ski hill for my nephew's lessons. Wow. I'm waiting on some manzanita to hit up the local fish store for some plants. I'm waiting on some manzanita. H2O Plants is live right now. Well, that's not very good timing because I'm going to LR Brett's live stream after this. Tropical Happy Fish says, Bob, what do you think about bumblebee cichlids and why are they so hard to breed? I don't know. I've never tried them, so are they hard? Russell Beach says, I got to go to bed. Started split shifts today. I got to be up at 5 a.m. Thanks, Bob and all. Russell, were you able to message me for your poster? Maybe, hopefully. Megan, good night. Thanks for stopping by again, or good morning, wherever you are. V Stag says, LR Brett's Aquatic is next. Yep, that's where I'm going. I will be listening to LR Brett's in the background. Short and Anxious says, FYI, you can't comment back, and apparently you will be in timeout until Brett starts, or you may have an extra 20 minutes to join the chat. Brett's might be a while. Russell Beach says, yes. Awesome. So I should have a message waiting for me. Hopefully. Go to community and messages. Maybe in my email. I don't have my email up. Okay. Carlos. Oh, hey, Carlos. Anyone else go to fish stores during lunch hour on weekdays, especially on Thursdays? And when I'm driving around, if I see a fish store, I'll stop. I'll stop anytime, whether I'm working, whether I'm not. That's just how I am. So I definitely do. Through the mail right after the big win. Let me just double check here before you go. Let me pull up my email. Do, do, do. I got a message from someone else. This person's from Kansas City, so that's not you. Huh. Well, I don't have anything yet, but we'll work it out. We'll figure it out. You're here enough. I think we'll be okay. Has anyone heard from Lucas? Lucas? Nope. I don't think so. Alright. If you take wood from the woods, how do you treat your wood for stuff that's on it? And how long do you treat the wood to be safe? It takes... I float it in a tank in my garage for like 2 to 3 months until it finally is waterlogged. And then I'll clean it with like hydrogen peroxide and then I'll just throw it in. Susan said, so who won the calendar, Bob? Russell Beach won the calendar. And Short and Anxious says, LR Brett's is live. Maybe. Well, that doesn't help. Oh, let's go to LRB Aquatics. That's funny. The first video that shows up is a video of him saying he's dialing back. He hasn't dialed back. He's not live for me, so I'm still waiting. George Lucas isn't here. He might be. You don't know. I just watched his movie, so he owes me. He can watch my live stream. People are probably going to make fake accounts. Be careful who you send it to, Bob. Yeah, I know where he lives. I know everyone else does too. I'm not too worried about it. When he sends me a message, it'll be of his name. So we should be good. Plus, I'm subscribed to his channel. So if somebody was to send me a message and I look at their name and I'm not subscribed to him, I know it's not them. Everyone jump over to me Hurt's channel. Brett's channel. Yep. Well, remember, he's set to go live at 7:07. It's only 2 minutes past that, so we're not even close for him to be live yet. And if people want to make fake accounts just to get a $20 calendar, I mean, hey, good for them. Susan, do you sell them or should I shop Amazon? Sell what? What did I miss? Sorry, Susan. You'll have to remind me. Tropical Happy Fish says, Bob, can I give you a Tropical Happy Fish calendar to auction off? I'll even pay for the shipping. Yeah, if you want. If anyone has like the calendar. The calendar is on Solid Gold Aquatics website, which is solidgoldfish.com. No, I said Bob. I didn't say that. I'm not going to say it on accident. Nice try. Giveaway, not auction off. Yeah, giveaway, right? That's what we're doing here. Right? Yeah. Anyways, so yeah. Susan, go to Solid goldfish.com and you can buy the calendar. Although when I was on her website like 2 or 3 days ago, she didn't have any in stock. Yeah, she just ordered new ones, so it'll probably be a while. So this is a limited edition. I should have sold it for like 10 times the price because you can't even get them. Detroit Rules got another message deleted. It's 7. Holy cow. Why did that get deleted? That's not bad. Anyways. And Glorious Beta says she got them in today. Oh, I know she posted a video today, but I haven't seen them yet. Flynn's Fish Room is a ruthless dictator. I'm assuming you're talking about him. She said she got 100, but 30 back orders yesterday. Oh, yeah, I emailed her, but I haven't heard back yet. So we'll see. The Lysander says, has the giveaway happened yet? It did, and Russell Beach was the winner. Sorry, you did not get selected, but Russell did, and I'm happy with that. Caleb's RC Crawlers is going to HTO stream. Zaptor says Napoleon Syndrome. We're still waiting for Lucas, though. Fish Person V Blogs says Short and Anxious owes him a Royal Pleco. Oh, Short and Anxious is the ruthless dictator. Now I get it. Now I'm catching what you're throwing down. Napoleon Syndrome because she's short. The wheels are turning, but they're turning really slow. You gotta bear with me. Susan says, oh well, it's after 9 p.m. here and I need to shut down tanks and get ready for bed. Enjoyed being with everyone tonight, Bob. Yeah, thank you. It was nice to catch you on one of these. Dan says, Solid Gold has more in stock. Talked about it in her last video. Yeah, I haven't been able to watch that one yet, but I did see it came out today. LR Brett's just went live. Alright, so I'm going to cut off this stream and we're going to head over to LRB Aquatics live stream. You can just search that. I don't have a... Here we go. I got it. Alright, we're all heading over there to this channel here. He's going live. So I'm stopping the stream. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Congratulations, Russell. We'll get that squared away, get it sent out to you. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Lucas's live stream.